Folks here in Florida definitely used to this. Rain in the forecast as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in the city of Jacksonville. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Rams of Honolulu taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Lawrence going to put it up right away. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Hey, run. Son, this is hot. Easy.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This defense. It's not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go.
He finds his man complete. It's Wilkins. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for dealing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Here we go. 70 Lions, 19 tight. 79 Broncos.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
And that throw behind his man, he missed it, incomplete. That was a lightning-fast incompletion. He got it, he threw it, and it fell to the ground.
What's that expression, life comes at you fast? In this case, the defenders came even faster, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19, 40, 70.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I haven't seen Northam trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down. The Jaguars at 11-3 on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Here we go.
Lawrence. He gets it to Thomas. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
You talk about this Rams defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
Easy. Read a 44. Read a 54.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll run. This is Bayshore Tootin. Touchdown, Jaguars! Bayshore Tootin, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So how about that for your first carry of the game? Not bad.
How about that, and not bad at all. I think you're earning yourself a little bit more work, partner, because that's what you want from your number 2 or your number 3 running backs. You want them to come in with the fresh legs, give your team a little jolt, and he did it right there. Best way to lock me for more playing time? Have runs like that.
The point after through the raindrops, something good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wheeler. He finds Douglas complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Here we go. Set. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
19-18.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Buffalo 18. 19 Lions.
Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10.
Hey, Pat. Panther 60, Panther 60. 18, Pioneer. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Back to throw. Wheeler. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Bronco 80. 79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Looking to throw. Wheeler. That is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one lines up incomplete.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and a yard.
Up the middle they go. Carmichael. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3.
Hey, Lion. Stop. Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down. Let's go. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Carmichael. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Easy.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carmichael. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, 10 touch. 30 left.
From the shotgun, Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunter. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. And they'll try and throw forward with Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Hunter. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Rip, 23.
Lawrence with a quick throw outside. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
At the Rams' 27-yard line.
Hey, go. Hot.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Hurt. Shot. Street.
Back to throw. Wheeler. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Take right open.
Lawrence will throw. Thomas is getting it complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
To kick off for the Jaguars.
And bulldozing his way through. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Let's go now.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender.
He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. Now hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Come on.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year.